Hi there, and welcome to The Works. I'm Ben Peltier.
And I'm Ben Shea. The good things in life are free, or so the saying goes. And later in tonight's show, we look at an organization that wants to make sure that includes music.
Being gay is expensive, or so discovers Stephen Russell in our movie this week, I Love You, Philip Morris. So he turns to crime to live in the style to which he'd like to become accustomed. Gary Pollard is here to review it, Jim Carrey's latest film.
And we have a man who just wants to be recognized. He's Amos, or Mr. Cellophane, from the musical Chicago, as performed by Damien Birmingham in a studio later.
First, though, what do you think of the West Kowloon Cultural District? Oh, that's right. We still don't have one.
It was in April 2001 that the first design competition for the Arts District selected a preferred design. 9 years later, after controversies and delays, we still have a big patch of ground. In the meantime, Guangzhou, less concerned perhaps with community opinion, has been steaming ahead with its cultural hardware.
This is an extension of our program called Spotlight Guangzhou, which we started in the City Festival. And as we promised, we're going to explore Guangzhou as a city. So this is what we're doing. So this trip is happens over 2 days, and we're bringing arts practitioners from Hong Kong to come here to look at the contemporary cultural spaces in Guangzhou. Some are not so contemporary.
Last Friday, the Hong Kong Fringe Club invited about 50 local artists, museum curators, art administrators, art students and members of the press on a 2-day trip to Guangzhou. It included visits to more than 10 art spaces and venues around the city centre and an artist's village on the outskirts of the city. With the Asian Games just around the corner in November, Guangzhou is quickly developing in its new central business district, the Pearl River New City, grand cultural facilities such as the newly opened Guangdong Provincial Museum, as well as new office space and hotels. Among the developments is the Guangzhou Opera House, which opened 2 weeks ago. Designed by London-based Iraqi architect Zaha Hadid, the 1,800-seat opera house is the third largest theatre in China. 4 years in construction and costing 1.3 billion yuan, the 46,000 square metre venue contains a grand theatre and auxiliary facilities such as multifunctional theatre, cafes, restaurants and exhibition space.
扎哈的设计的理念呢，叫做圆润双立。他当时的那个创意，它就是寓意是2块石头，像是江水冲过的石头放在了一个山坡上。实际上这个建筑是非常难做的，就是其实大家现在从我们这个里面都可以看得到，整个建筑没有一个点是对称的，它是完全不对称的结构。然后呢，没有一个面是直的、平的。而且在这个建筑里面就改变了我们很多传统建筑的，比如说有柱、有梁这样的一些概念。
The challenge lies not only in the construction, but also in its operation. In China, as in other countries, cultural facilities often rely heavily on government subsidy. But for the Guangzhou Opera House, the provincial government laid down a zero-subsidy policy.
相比于其他的一些过往的艺术场馆来说，我们的压力会很大。你比如像国家大剧院，一年的话有1.2亿的补贴；上海大剧院的话，一年有6000万到7000万；就包括我们旁边离得不远的星海音乐厅，一年都有2-3千万的补贴。那么像广州大剧院这么大一个项目，就是采用零补贴的话呢，这个压力是肯定有的，但是这个也会在某种程度上来说给了更大的空间，也会是一个更大的空间。
The Guangdong government has also set targets for the management company, which is now on a 5-year contract. It has to stage 200 high-end performances and 20 to 30 benefit performances every year.
作为第1年的话呢，剧院的经营方，我们会用不同的节目来验证这个市场。因为广州的话，过往因为没有很好的艺术场馆，所以一些高端的演出的话，在广州的情况我们是不清楚的，就是没有一个特别明确的一个市场的一个趋向，不像北京和上海做了这么多年，香港啊这些，它有很成熟的一个节目运作的体制和大家的一个口味的去了解。
The box office is an important source of income for any performing art venue, and some worry that not enough of Guangzhou's citizens can afford the opera house's ticket prices. However, the management company is looking for other forms of income apart from art, including tourism and working with commercial companies. Compared with the opera house, RedTori sprang from less glamorous beginnings, tinned black bean fish. To the east of the Pearl River New City, RedTori is a factory turned art and living district. The 170,000 square metre Guangdong cannery started production in 1958. Belonging to one of China's largest food manufacturing companies, it produced mainly tinned black bean fish. When the company moved away, the abandoned space became home to various creative enterprises, including design companies, galleries, artist studios, and exhibition spaces.
因為呢度係低密度自然環境比較好，空間比較大。咁咧新嘅城市發展裏邊咧，都係啲高樓大廈。咁咧就如果從我哋搞藝術同埋搞創意人嚟講咧，我哋就中意呢種咁樣嘅比較自由嘅一種空間。咁呢個係一種佢嘅基本嘅一個條件。
Since its opening 6 months ago, its creators have invested tens of millions of yuan into RedTori. Labelling itself as an enterprise with no corporate or real estate background, RedTori now has a 10-year lease from the Guangdong government to run the district. It also serves as a testing ground for 3 other abandoned factories.
而家廣州嘅北岸文化碼頭咧，政府定嘅一個咁樣目標就係、其實我哋紅磚廠只不過其中一個板塊，即係成個呢個舊嘅廠區係3公里長，呢個珠江呢個岸線，呢度有4個好大嘅大廠，我哋呢個係屬於中等 size 嘅，咁我哋都希望能夠做出個板出嚟，去影響其他。
Guangzhou's cultural hardware is growing fast, but many wonder whether there is enough content or audiences to use it. That was one of the topics discussed in a sharing session during the Guangzhou Arts Tour. One of the speakers is Hong Konger Poon Siu Fai, who's been the artistic director of the Guangdong Modern Dance Company since 2007. He's also the director of Hong Kong's City Contemporary Dance Company's Dance Centre. The Guangdong Modern Dance Company, set up in 2006, is a joint venture of Hong Kong's CCDC and the provincial government. Poon wants to take it on more tours to smaller cities in China to promote modern dance. He believes that one thing Hong Kong can learn from this experience is that hardware development and software development should go hand in hand.
I think hardware is just hardware. You get a kind of building, state-of-art kind. So what if you don't see a good performance here? That's the problem in China now. I recognize, the difference in the social systems, because the system here is still based, like a state-run companies. For state-run company, that means the party, the government still decide what to do. So it's more inclined to a kind of propaganda-based performance.
I feel that Guangzhou has got ahead of itself. I think in terms of just putting a lot of resources and attention into the hardware. But at the same time, we notice that Guangzhou has attracted all sorts of creative people from different parts of China. They come here because they can do what they aspire to do.
There are 2 things I think Hong Kong must cherish. Treasure something what we call core values. Freedom of speech, freedom of expression. These kind of freedoms are essential to Hong Kong's value. That is that is something really important and valid. And in Hong Kong, if you don't treasure that area, then you lost everything.